Exposing your Final Fantasy XIV jobs by Lucy Pyre.
You play Final Fantasy XIV? That's so cringe. I like that in a human. Spread cheer? No. Spread suffering. And this time, it's your main job that I've decided to attack based on nothing more than my subjective experiences and opinions, which have no basis in reality whatsoever. Now toss the hot chocolate and bite the waifu pillow instead, cause I'm going in dry. Oh, and also, 1 sub equals 1 uwu, or whatever. Monk, you're stubborn, and that's not a little-known fact or me reading your mind or anything. It's just impossible that you would still main this job if you weren't. It's like life keeps handing you lemons, and you try to make lemonade, but before you know it, the lemons have transformed into broccoli, so you attempt a leafy green smoothie, but now they've turned into pencils, and that's not even edible, and your blender is making sounds that should only be heard in the deepest pits of hell. But do you want to hear a secret? Pencils are only inedible if you're not determined enough, and if that's what's standing between you and punching all of your problems to death, you'll chew through that graphite and wood like it's nothing. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know, but not nearly as much as a monk whose dedication is admirable, if not extremely terrifying. In other words, I don't want you as an enemy. Dragoons, did you think I would forget that you were the original emo kid job? That's right, you thought you could hide, but I remember. Before Dark Knight stole the title, you were king of the edge. That spiky armor of yours isn't protection. It's just meant to keep people from coming in for a hug. I've never met a Dragoon main that had a huge circle of friends. And that's because you consider emotional vulnerability to be a sin. If anyone caught you crying, they'd mysteriously disappear within 27 hours. That might sound like an extremely specific time frame, but it's because I know you'll spend an entire day planning the perfect cover-up before you jump in too deep. Speaking of jumping, the LOL Dragoon meme is very annoying to you, so now you do your best to avoid the stereotype, which means you end up trying too hard and becoming the stereotype despite your best efforts. Congrats on the Volnstacks King, but ain't nobody shielding that. At least you have your flashy graphics to help you cope while you await your third res of the instance. Greetings, weeaboo. I mean, I could just call you a degenerate and I would be correct, but I'd rather focus on your complete inability to multitask. Every other job has to help out the party in some way, but you will immediately crumble under the weight of one single responsibility. Because of this trait, others think you're selfish, but I know you're surprisingly wholesome. And I do mean surprisingly. People expect toxic dude bro or Karen out of you, and instead, you're agreeable and diplomatic, as long as you don't have to do the legwork of getting everyone to compromise anyway. You probably work in something related to IT because you realized early on you would need a reliable source of income to fund your Dakimakura collection, and being a doctor would have taken too much time away from your visual novels.
It makes samurai sound like weebs.
You to interact with and maybe even touch other human beings. So that was immediately out of the question. That's fine. I respect the insane anime drip and waifu loyalty. Now let's get out there, travelers, and work on raising that gray parse of yours together. Reaper.
Okay, they were right about me being bad at multitasking, because you know how terrible I am at playing well on stream while trying to, you know, stream and talk and commentate. It's really hard. And yeah, I feel pressured also as a Sam to always be like top damage or something, or I have to do it well. Someone's always gonna mention it. Yeah, something to take note of. Don't pick samurai as your main job unless you want to hear about top damage. Okay, Reaper. Let's hear about Reaper. I want to learn Reaper's rotation. It's like the next job I have that's high item level with my samurai.
Are you ecchi? Well, yes, but like the Nightcore remix version of ecchi. See, the Dark Knights smoke a cigar in the corner and remark in their rough Christian Bale voice that nothing in life matters. But you're doing the nay-nay on top of a police car while setting fire to the local Dunkin' Donuts because nothing in life matters, baby! Which doesn't make you superior, but definitely makes you happier. Likewise, it's nigh impossible to upset you, because life has been so cruel to you that you've learned to laugh so that you don't cry. I would say the avatar is like the devil on your shoulder, but it's probably the angel, seeing as you naturally gravitate towards self-destruction. That's why you drink your coffee black, straight from the pot at 218 degrees, because you want a hard
I don't even drink coffee.
bitter bean itself. This is how you assert dominance. Oh, and your sense of humor? Let's just say it's gonna get you into trouble one day. My suggestion to you is keep running, kid, because law enforcement is starting to catch up. Oh, Ninja, you're one of my favorite types of people.
We're
so
samurai.
I can't help but empathize with your pain.
Or ninja.
You want so badly to be just as intimidating as your favorite Naruto characters, but due to Square Enix trolling, you never will be. You signed up to be mysterious and scare others away, but unfortunately, everyone loves you because of Trick Attack. You're literally the generic protagonist who somehow had every single anime hottie up his entire urethra. You're also too dead inside to even appreciate your harem. Secretly, you would take a personal DPS buff over having Trick Attack at all. You don't say that out loud because you know said harem would go completely yandere mode on you if you did. You have a dry sense of humor because you've given up on happiness. Doesn't help that your weird public humiliation kink, what with the Mudra Bunny letting everyone know that you're a naughty little DPS who's only good for Trick Attack, is starting to get out of hand. Overall, you have alcoholic uncle energy, so please stay away from the battle human. It gets better, I promise. Black Mage. What's it like
Alcoholic
to be
uncle
successful
energy.
against the entire world's wishes? To be the epitome of this iconic cat meme. You're probably best friends with the Reaper mains because you're also completely jazzed about the fact that nothing in life matters, slight smile emoji. But unlike the Reapers, you actually function well in society, as you are a god at lying. You're the type of human who bullshits their entire resume and no one ever finds out because you sincerely believe in the power of faking it till you make it. Most likely, you could convince the US president and the entire Secret Service that you're his long-lost child and secure a thick inheritance in one afternoon. Such is the power of your manipulation. So, you're smart, but for some reason, you would rather guzzle bleach than expend brain cells, which is concerning. Maybe you're saving those up for something very serious and we should all be concerned. Wait, are you the real astrologian? What's gonna happen in 2022? Answer me. Answer me! Hey, so, summoners. Sorry in advance, but do y'all mind if I go completely feral? Alright, thank you. I will. There are only two types of summoners in the world. The first one is extremely good at the game and never types in chat or even talks about the game in real life. Ever. Just logs in, does their dailies, and goes on with their day. Does incredible AoE damage. Chef's kiss. Love you guys. The other type is someone who's also extremely good at the game and wants everyone else to know how inferior they are compared to them. You guys believe you're way smarter than everyone else. Sad thing
Oh my
is,
God.
it's true, but do you have to say it? Are you just flexing on all of us when you complain about how easy the new rotation is? What, you miss having poison dots because now you can't be literally toxic in-game anymore? Maybe I'm just mad you have too much self-respect to play Scholar, and I just can't relate to that. My recommendation is to touch grass, which we can do together! Satan knows we both need it. Red Mage, you've chosen to play on easy mode, so people make fun of you for that, but guess who's begging for your attention when they're all dead and only you hold the key to Verrace? That's right. If Summoner is smart, you're wise.
Yeah, people tell you to res when you don't even have res in like alliance raids, right, Scooter? They're like, Red Mage res! And you're like, I don't have it yet!
And you know better than to make life more difficult for yourself by playing some Black Mage turret buffoonery. You already know you're charismatic and humble about it, so, what do you want me to say at this point? Haha, backflipping off stage memes that you've been hearing for 4 years by now. The close range move now has the same potency though, so you have no excuse anymore, but I understand. Flippy Whippy looks way cooler than Stabby Wabby, so I would do the same thing, which proves that like me, you're vain and aesthetics are the only thing that matters to you. Why do all of you also play White Mage? What is it about that? Is it because it gives you
Really? Red mages play white mages? Okay, here's the thing. I'm picking up red mage next. I don't think I'm picking up white mage anytime soon.
extreme role lust when you realize this is what White Mage could have, but never will because healers are second-class citizens in this game. In that case, I completely understand. Congratulations on escaping into the privileged DPS masses. Bard, good to see you. Wow, I can't believe you were able to escape your roleplay session long enough to come and watch this video. Good job. Well, Bard, everyone likes you. Even the Dark Knights escape their agony just long enough to appreciate your presence. You're the type of person everyone wants to have as a friend because you're great at giving advice. You'll always stand up for them.
Dude, I remember these quests. The early archer jobs, because a long time ago when I played Black Mage, this was in 2015, I picked up Black Mage. I had to freaking go to like level 30 with my archer to progress with my Black Mage. So I remember these cats with the masks.
them, and you manage to be funny on top of all that generosity. At the same time, though, you behave like this around everyone, whether they're your friends or not. So sometimes people wonder if you actually like them, or you're just plotting something dark and sinister behind that sweet exterior of yours. You have very strong opinions on the OST of this game, and could probably rank every single track with a 100-page essay justifying your choices included. At any time that you are playing this game, you would much rather be playing D&D. But the DMs are tired of you going way against the story they had already written inside their heads because your ideas are simply chaotic. Some real I seduce the Archlich energy. What's a rotation, by the way? All you know is flute, spin, and jump. Machinist, you are utterly incomprehensible. An enigma. The truly mysterious job that Ninja wishes they could be, but you actually are. I've never met a mean machinist, and that's weird. What is it that you're hiding? What secrets do you hold, and why can't I know them? How can you stand the aesthetic of these guns and the way the character holds them? Why do you always have high DPS?
Do they hold them that bad?
Your head. Hello? Are you even watching this video? Do you exist, or are you the most advanced AI known to man? I don't know how you do it. Please teach me your ways, because I crave the forbidden knowledge that allows you to thrive. You're the type of person who does your rotation with one hand, pets your cat with the other, and listens to Mozart and Chopin the entire time you're doing the extreme trial, which means you might secretly be a supervillain. Wait, what is it about you range DPS and being one comment away from becoming completely unhinged? Literally, all of you are like this, but you are by far the most unreadable of them all. Hello,
Hilda is so
fellow
hot,
dancers.
yeah.
Somehow, we are all terrible at this game. This rotation is seriously brain dead, but we will still find a way to screw it up. I think that's pretty sexy of us, actually. We're just built different. Like Bard, you were probably also a role player, but this time, an ecchi role player. Admit it, you've done that in some form, at some time, even if you consider it a dark point in your past. You can't cope with your own existence unless you're being actively useful to other people, so you decided to play the job with lots of support options. But I recommend just going back to the healer main I know you left to become this, because you're gonna get frustrated when you realize
I'm not a healer main!
The entire party. The only
I just want to look
gives
sexy!
you serotonin is player commendations. Even then, that sense of euphoria lasts 3.9 seconds tops. Personally, I think we could benefit from developing a sense of self-esteem, but that would require us to get over our mountain of daddy issues. Which, let's be honest, is never gonna happen! Eventually.
I thought daddy issues were the emo classes.
Alright, Grandpa Dark Knight, let me help you out of your wheelchair. What's that? Back in your day, you had self-sustain? Scorch? Dark arts? Whatever you say, old man. Question, how does Yoshi P's boots taste? Cause after looking at those warrior and paladin buffs, I'm angry on your behalf. I'm convinced your entire life has just been one tragedy after another. And it's even followed you all the way into your favorite games. After all the hard hits the world has thrown at you, your skin must be as thick as that sword you're lugging around. You try to be the emotionless edgelord who takes all the pain without complaint, but you have some serious little brother energy, and we all just want to protect you instead. For those of you who have decided to stay on the slowly sinking ship instead of boarding SS Reaper, resilient souls, I salute you. But I question your sanity. You are a hardcore nihilist whose only solace is found in the heart of dank memes. On the positive side, it seems they turned Delirium into an AoE buff, cause the gameplay whiplash of going from healing a warrior to one of you in a dungeon wall-to-wall pull makes me feel like I'm going actually insane. Paladins are supposed to be the epitome of integrity, morality, and
does Lucy Pyre play on a PlayStation?
I don't know how you're gonna do that though when you're too busy being a complete coomer and white knighting for your waifu and your waifu only. Some of you try to hide that simp nature of yours, but it always comes out in the end. Yes, I am calling out you specifically, human. But hey, I appreciate your honesty cause I know I can trust you to tell it to me like it is. But golly gee, Paladin, why did Mommy Square Enix give you 2 weapon slots? What are you, a crafter? Wait, you probably are. You're the kind of person who has everything at max level, including your crafters, gatherers, and blue mage. The most likely to be a mentor TM. Also the most likely to become a YouTube content creator and make videos that are actually informative and helpful, unlike whatever my own garbage is. You are the hero we need, but don't deserve. Unless you're one of those paladins who spams clemency and big pulls instead of doing AoE damage, in which case, get thee behind me, Satan. Can't believe I have to start this one by saying hashtag not all warriors, but I know these these mains will take it personally if I don't clarify. There is a portion of you that are just really goofy and lovable dorks, though you are unfortunately the minority. So I'm not sure what it is about this job that appeals to this type of player, but you guys have a very
Is Duke the minority? Is Jonathan the minority? They both play warrior.
ratio of just really good but mean players. The type of people who get mad when sprouts aren't playing optimally and leveling roulette. The type of player
that's not Jonathan
everyone
and
else in the
Duke.
dungeon is new, but will still proceed to solo the dungeon boss down from 80% HP just to flex and lock other people out of the content. Congratulations, Square Enix made you overpowered. Did you have to cuck me and two poor little DPS to demonstrate that? I know I'm bad at the game, but dang, have mercy. Either way, mean or not, you are really funny, and I kind of
Wow, I'm pretty lucky. I've met two warrior mains that are just really nice and not mean.
Distance. I fear that you would destroy me if I came too close. Gunbreaker, stop chugging your third Red Bull of the day and listen to me. Caffeine will not make you happy. It may help you maintain our clusterfuck of a rotation better, but it will not lead you to enlightenment. No, only cat girls can do that. And while most paladins are open about their Kumarism, you try to hide it under lock and key. I'm here to tell you that self-denial is not in vogue, and you will never achieve true happiness until you wear that degenerate cringe with pride. You have a seriously low attention span, so if you've made it this far into the video, I'm proud of you. That's also why you chose the one tank that requires manic button mashing every 60 seconds. You're an overachiever, but only at things that don't matter, like parsing. Are you a Final Fantasy VIII stan, or do you just have good taste and are cultured enough to understand?
So Gunbreaker, after listening to this video, Gunbreaker is the only tank that requires you to press like a lot of buttons. But that would make sense on why people call it like a DPS. It feels like you're playing a DPS because you have to like press a lot of buttons. It's the only tank I have. So yeah, most of the time I'm off tank. It just feels like I'm playing a DPS class.
That when bullet call and blade, it make brain turn happy. Either way, I've never met a gunbreaker that didn't pull literally everything under the sun and clip through walls via sheer determination alone just to pull more. So I'm always glad to see one of you guys. You're just a little ray of sunshine. White Mage, you are literally just vibing. You just want to have fun. But it's not meta. It's terrible compared to the other healing jobs. The three other irrelevant healers scream in the distance. But the White Mage does not listen, and they do not care. Clearly, or they would have tossed their cane out 3 expansions ago. This is their favorite iconic Final Fantasy job, and they will play it. Come hells or high water. Deleting Protect, Stone Scan, Arrow 3, and Fluid Aura? 'Tis nothing but a scratch to the White Mage main. If every spell only hit for 1 damage and each healing spell...
I am the pure healer. All the rest are secondary healers.
You might think that's masochistic, but you're a fool. That's Chad energy. They're never gonna give White Mage up or let it down. Its brain-dead nature does appeal to them, not necessarily because they can't play, but because struggling to play what is essentially a DPS babysitter role in the first place sounds annoying. They ain't wrong. You're also the reason everyone turned off battle effects in A Realm Reborn. Spamming Holy and Mordona was a weird power play that my retinas couldn't stomach. Hello, Scholar nerds. My
Scholar nerds. She wrote nerd LMAO for Scholar. Yeah, I was watching a video. It was is his name Xenos? I'm new to his YouTube channel. He makes very interesting videos, and there was like this one article he was reading where some random person wrote about like their top ratings of healers. He had White Mage as the pure healer, and that is why it's the best healing class, and all the other healers are secondary healers. He's like, what the hell is this? Like, he was just like roasting the article. So that's why I made that joke. And he's like, so you're telling me all the White Mages are basically Chad healers? You do get that vibe from some White Mages though. Chad healers.
former main, as we all know. So you know how in the lore scholars work with warriors a lot? Makes a lot of sense because we also attract toxic and elitist players. Not as many as warrior, but enough to be concerned and to do some self-reflection. You are the kid that the teacher made an example out of to other students like, oh, look at Anon right now. You see what they're doing? Their homework. If only the rest of you could be like Scholar, which made you a huge target for bullying. And thus began your lifelong story of trying to impress the adults in your life and trying to live up to the impossibly high standards you set for yourself. You're the underappreciated hero. The person who was forced into the green DPS meme. Accused of never healing when the only reason people think this is because most of your healing skills don't have a cast time anyway. Not everyone is a beta white mage, you mutter under your breath. Trash the GCD cure bots all you want. I know you still don't have the fat chocobo reward. Esteemed astrologian. Like white mage, you are also vibing, but with excessive skill this time. With flair. With
She called this girl boss Uwu, the Astro.
aplomb. Everyone loves you, even more than they love Bard and Dancer, because you are a diplomat who gives out your card blessings equally, except not to your co-healer. Never the co-healer. How else would you flex on them? Go ahead. Override Scholar and Sage shields with neutral sect. We deserve it. Show White Mage what a true Chad looks like with your absolutely gigantic earthly star. We fear you, worship you, and want to be you. But this job is literally impossible to be good at, so rather than attempt to learn how to become a god, we'll just go back to the one-button spam. Thanks. Those of you who
When I watch videos like this, why does it always sound like, okay, I don't play any healers, but why does it sound like the vibe I get, all the healers are like sort of fighting to be the best healer. Like, I'm the best healer class. Because there's only like 4, right? There's only 4 of them. So it's like, I'm sure like healers are like, no, I play the best class for healer. And then other people are like, no, this healer's the best. It's a constant battle. I don't feel that way for tanks. Like, I only have 1 tank, but like I feel like when I see other tankers, I think they don't really fight for it. I feel like they all think they're all good. Healers are portrayed to have a superiority complex in general. It's the vibe I get from watching all these videos. Healers are fully aware they have everyone's lives in their hands, and they will let you know, true, you do have a lot of, responsibility in parties, and they like it.
who play this job on controller are braver than any US Marine. You guys are the most likely to become celebrities or cult leaders. You have the right personality for both. You have looked into the stars and seen the truth. That you will continue to be buffed every expansion and only ascend to even greater levels of filthy power. And you know what? Good. I'll buy a fedora just so I can tip it at you, m'ladies and m'mad laddies. Sage Gang, you were a scholar, but unlike the current scholars, you actually care about aesthetics. And yeah, your sanity. You know, you're flexing this high-tech and masculine
Scholar has the best look.
Energy,
I will have to say that.
I know you chose
this
over
not Scholar. Sage has the best look, sorry.
Way cuter than fairies. You can't hide from me. You've got a sarcastic sense of humor, but I know you're actually terrified of genuinely hurting someone's feelings. So there's some big tsundere energy here. Like many, you were totally vibing with Sage until slowly you began to realize, wait, this is still a healer, and healer design is kinda bad. They've played us for absolute fools! But at this point, you have probably gotten your molding out of the way, and that's because the woes of life wash off of you like rain. After all, like Ninja, you're dead inside, and the dead don't have time to sweat the small stuff, like not being allowed to have fun playing a role that the game requires in all content, or to sleep. Actually, I'm just using this entire video as an excuse to say please go to sleep, you chronically tired little walnut! And that's a wrap. I have included every valid job. Yeah, I said it, Blue Mages. I will never, ever acknowledge you, no matter how much the dev shills want me to. The bootlickers will not win. Oh, and if you consider yourself a crafter or gatherer main, you're actually too pure to be watching this video, and I'm sorry for literally anything I've said, ever. I didn't mean it. I love you. So, did you cringe? Did you cope? Did you remember to press like, comment, and subscribe?
Dude, I'm so glad Lucy didn't say anything about like Yu-Gi-Oh for Astro. Everyone kind of does. They're like, Yu-Gi-Oh! I've heard Yu-Gi-Oh! More than enough times from, Hearthstone already.
Vibe all at the same time in order to achieve multi-track drifting? No. What, you don't like this outro? You just want me to be your little rap monkey and get on with it? Well, I can't argue with that.
She always raps.
You know this
the rap's coming.
Main lives to please. Dear Naughty Gamer, thanks for saying it's a banger. Put a good word hired into Saint Nick, the old winter gangster. Do me one favor, my completionist. Players, do your girl a solid. Leave Blue Mage on the hanger. It's on principle, bro. The job stone's just for show. I don't want a fancy cane just for bird farms, you know. And if you don't like this flow, my gun blade's your new foe. I'll double down on you hoes. My stocking's full, blasting 3 ammo. Yeah, I'm so definitely not a pro. I'll still have you going bio in your 2D trousers, though. I get it, I'll go. I didn't mean it, although if Daddy P is present, I still got some hands to throw.
I like her raps. It's very her. I hope I haven't been kicked out of my game, guys. Oh, I have been.